So the Behemoth is back in Evolve Stage 2. It took them a while to patch him up, but he is finally purchasable by everybody in-game, and he now has a massive resurgence. Hey guys, TheRiaya here, and we're going to be going over the patch notes for how he is, and what I think about the Behemoth now in-game. The first thing we're going to be going through is the straight up patch notes themselves, as you can see, with a quick rundown of his changes below. New passive, Living Fortress. Behemoth will gain stacks of damage resistance after a certain damage threshold. Each stack lasts for a short time. The main goal of this is to block burst damage during combat. As Behemoth gains stacks, his armor will start glowing brighter to inform players he's taken less damage. Current tuning, plus 75 direct damage to apply a stack, 4% damage reduction applied per stack. Stacks will expire after 4 seconds, and stacks max out at 10, for a total of 40% damage reduction. You will be able to definitely tell when the when the Behemoth gains these stacks, because as the blood pack shows, he will start actually turning more like a grayish black rocky color, and it's completely different than what he currently has. So it's easy to tell. So if hunters want to stop dealing the damage to him to let the stacks fall off, for continuing, it doesn't really matter. I think fighting against the Behemoth and playing as him, I have noticed that it's not overpowered in any way, and it won't massively affect the change of a battle if the hunters know what they're really doing, or if the monster player themselves just wrecks the team. Traversal Rocky Roll. Now there's a massive issue with this. When the Behemoth originally came out, he needed to gain basically inertia in game in order to start going, and any little thing would stop him. It's like a twig would poke its leaf out and you'd trip over it, and then you'd start from scratch from movement. Not to mention, couldn't really turn very well. So as it states here, maneuverability has been increased dramatically to give Bob more control. No longer blocked by wildlife, can quickly change directions while in a roll, and gravity has also been increased while inside the roll. It no longer grants 50% damage reduction while inside the roll. And that was another thing. When you went off a cliff or something into the roll, yeah, it was great originally, of course, to get your immediate inertia up so you can get out of there and get going. Now, problem with the inertia, of course, building up regardless. If you had somebody that could actually trank him like Val or slow him like Abe, it was very easy to take the Behemoth and just absolutely wreck him. So there's no ifs, ands, or buts or any way around it. This is why he was unpurchasable, except for and only playable by those who actually had him when they got the game pre-ordered, or of course purchased him after he came out. Rock Wall. This ability, this ability at first had an issue where it wasn't always actually sending out the wall. So when you set up a wall, it would be broken into different areas and it would never go out properly. But this ability has gone a complete code refactor to assure it will properly work when cast near hunters. Slabs will always spawn at the curse's location when cast, and minimum cast range was decreased to allow closer casts of the rock wall. There used to be just a certain distance you had to set it to. Now you could pretty much just drop it in front of your face, keep yourself protected and such. Fissure, improved consistency when cast near cliffs and hills, so it just works better in general. Lava Bomb. Behemoth is now able to aim the ability until it is cast, similar to how Goliath can aim Rock Throw. Before, when you cast Lava Bomb, as soon as you started casting it, you could only cast it at that location. You had no ifs, ands, or buts, so if you wanted to do it, you basically had to just tell yourself to launch the ability and immediately send it out, or they could just easily dodge it and get out of that. Tongue Grab. Improved overall consistency with the ability. Targets within the visual effect will be grabbed unless their major portion of their target is blocked by geometry. You know, like cliffs, buildings. Maybe Blizzard should actually take some hints on this for Roadhog when he grabs somebody with his chain through a wall. But I digress. Visual effect lights up with a viable target is inside the effect radius, and keep in mind the tongue grab, of course, has travel time. So you need to send out the tongue grab, and hopefully it'll be where the hunters are actually moving. So, yeah. That's all the actual patch notes straight up. for the game itself. Now we'll take a look inside several of the matches, and let me know what you think. That's probably it that I'm going to be talking about here. If not, I will add more, of course, later on. Let me know what you think of the Behemoth. Personally, me, I really like the changes. I generally haven't been too much of a monster player. If I played Mugget with a monster, usually it was either Goliath or Behemoth, and Behemoth wasn't very viable, so of course I was not playing him. And now with these changes, I'm definitely playing Behemoth again, and he definitely wrecks pretty good. There is a massive bug with him. I posted a video on this on YouTube already, showing him spazzing out while trying to evolve. This is something that I'm guessing has to be fixed. It's not a bug that happens often, but it is something. So I'm going to guess Turtle Rock is, of course, on top of this, and they're going to get this bug squashed real quickly. So we won't be having this problem much longer. You don't have to worry too much, you could say, because if you try to evolve and it doesn't work, you could roll off somewhere else and try it somewhere else, and it should work. The first time it happened to me, I went annoyed and I was pissed, and I found the hunters, and I engaged into like a 5-minute brawl where I eventually evolved to stage 2 and just finished them off. But yeah, it was quite funny to watch, of course, the first couple times. Other than it's funny and it'll piss you off all at the same time. But other than that, the Behemoth works wonderful. I'm not having really any troubles casting any of my abilities, or of course doing well engaging in combat, unless the hunters are extremely well at dodging and somehow avoiding me completely. So those are my thoughts of the Behemoth now since they released him. I wanted to give it a few days before I put something out there, because I just wanted to make sure I was playing him and definitely feeling how he is in game now. It's great. He's wonderful. If you play Monster, or even if you don't play Monster, just try this guy out. He's a lot of fun now anyway. So like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't. If you're not a member and you like what you saw here, please hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to come back for more. And PS, one more thing, if you want to check me out live, I am on beam.pro. The description to get to my actual profile is in the description below. It is beam.pro/TheRiaya, just like all my other things at the end are /TheRiaya in general. So you just find me on there, and hope you actually catch me live and enjoy what you see. And I'll catch you guys later with my next videos.
Hunter returned to the dropship.